Hey y'all, it is Miss L back with week 4 of our 10-minute Bible study for teen girls slash everyone. So today we have a special guest with us. Now she's not gonna be on camera just because that's just me. I want to protect my baby. But she will be doing this Bible study with us. Hey Mo.
Hello.
You ready for the Bible study?
Yeah.
All right, let's dive on in. So, week 4, the title for week 4 is You Are Enough. So, the scripture is coming from Philippians 4:13 NLT. For I can do all things through Christ who gives me the strength. What does that mean to you, Mo?
It means like, where, sorry, where you can like do anything if you put your mind to it, and it's like kind of like your necklace. Like if, you can do anything through Christ. Like if you have like a little bit of faith.
Right. And that God is with you, Christ is with you, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So with Christ, you can do anything.
Yeah.
You can do the impossible. So the story that we're going to read today is pretty lengthy, but stop me if you have any questions or you don't understand anything, okay? Don't let me just go through and you be like, oh, what did you say? What did you say? Go back, go back. Just stop me whenever you have a question or something comes up or it doesn't make sense to you, okay?
Okay.
Okay. There is a voice that follows many girls through their days, quiet but persistent. It whispers that you're not smart enough, you're not talented enough, you're not interesting enough, that others have something you're missing, that no one knows how hard you try. You will always fail just short enough. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
What is that? What is, how do you feel about that?
Like it's kind of like telling you like you it was like there's this voice that keeps telling you you're not good enough. You like
What voice is that? Who is that?
the enemy.
Yeah. So you get it, that it's always going to follow you. It's always going to be there. But through Christ and with Christ being in you, you got enough power to be like, you know what? Kick rocks. So we're going to keep reading. That's not, oh, I just answered the next following sentence. This voice is not from God. In the book of Exodus, Moses stood before the burning bush and heard God call him to lead an entire people out of slavery. He immediately responded. His immediate response, his immediate response was not confidence. It was a list of reasons why he was the wrong choice. Does that sound familiar? We all do it. We all do it. I sometimes, as an adult, I do it. So just know that you are not alone. Okay?
Okay.
Who am I to appear before Pharaoh? He asked. I am not a good speaker. Ooh, that sounds familiar, huh? I'm always messing up. I'm not a good speaker. I have never been. Moses was convinced that he lacked what the mission required. But God never asked Moses to be enough on his own, right?
Right.
He simply said, I will be with you. Exodus 3:12 NIT. The significance was never meant to come from Moses. It was meant to come from the God walking beside him. Does that make sense? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Can you put it in your own words of what I said? Or do
Yeah.
you want me to reread it?
Read it one more time.
Absolutely. So, who am I to appear before Pharaoh? He asked. I'm not a good speaker. I have never been. Moses was convinced that the lack he See, I'm not a good speaker. Okay, let's do this again. Take 3. Who am I to appear before Pharaoh? He asked. I'm not a good speaker. I have never been. Moses was convinced that the lack was what the mission required. Moses was convinced that he lacked what the mission required. Okay. But God never asked Moses to be enough on his own. He simply said, I will be with you. Exodus 3:12. The significant part was never meant to come from Moses. It was meant to come from God walking beside him. Okay.
So I think, if I put it in my words, I think like Moses was like, well, I'm not good enough to do this, and then like God said, I never asked you to be good enough for me, and then He said, I will always be with you, the whole way.
So how does that make you feel? That knowing that God will, in any circumstance that you are in, regardless how hard or easy, God is always with you. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like, well, since God always had my back, I can do anything through Christ.
Oh, okay. All right. So we got a little bit more of the story. The same promise belongs to you. We are just jumping the gun, aren't we? The same promise belongs to you. God did not call the equipped. He equipped the call. Do you know what that means?
Wait, could you say that?
Absolutely.
I kind of got confused.
Absolutely. The same promise belongs to you. God did not call the equipped. So that means he didn't call somebody that already had it, right?
Right.
So so it says he didn't call the equipped. So he didn't call somebody that already had the power or knew how to speak or knew how to lift weights or dance or read or anything. He equipped a call. So he gave you exactly what you needed to actually do whatever he called you to do. So he gave you the power. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So when you feel inadequate, you are not disqualified. You are simply in the exact position where God's strength can show up most clearly. Your limitations are not a barrier to what God can do through you. They are often the very door he walks through. So the world is always trying to give you a limit or put a limit on you. Oh, you can't do that. That's too loud. You're doing this. You're doing that. But God will use that very thing to use you. Okay? You were not meant to be enough on your own. And you were never meant to be alone. That rhymed, huh?
Yeah, I did.
So what you think about everything, if you can sum up everything? I know that was a lot, but if you could sum up in your words everything, just think about key points that really stuck out to you with doing this or reading this. What can you take from it?
That God's like, basically God's like, well, I'm gonna give you the power to do this since I called you to do this. So like, and he's like always gonna be there for you. Like anything that he calls you to do, he's always gonna be there each step of the way.
Okay. High five. Okay. All right. So this week's truth, there are 4. So this week's truth. You were never designed to be enough in your own strength. What does that mean to you? You were never designed to, you were never designed to be enough in your own strength.
You were never designed to be enough in your own strength. Could you help me?
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. It's just like I can't figure out what that really means.
So let's take this phone. Let's take this phone just as an example. It's designed to be a phone, right?
Yeah.
But what do you need for it to work?
Battery.
You need power, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes
It's
sense.
designed. I mean, it's a phone, but if you don't have any power, if you don't have any service, you can't use it, right? So that's what it says. You were never designed to be enough on your own strength. So if the designer or the person that made this phone just made a phone, it's just a phone. But you got to have service, you got to have power in order to actually use it. So that means you got to go to the resource to get it, right? You got to go to the store, pay the money to get it turned on and have the service. But my thing is, you need to actually go, or you need somebody to supply that for you in order to work this phone.
Yeah.
Does that make sense now?
Yeah.
So what does that mean to you, though?
So it means like for example, like there's like a person and God calls you to do something, but he didn't give you the power. It's not gonna work. Like you just like how do I do this? Like he just told me I was just supposed to do this. Like how am I supposed to do it without that?
Right. And a lot of times people will do stuff without God's power. And it's just like, oh, okay, that was good. But just imagine how much better it would be if you put God or allow God to give you the power that he called you to do or use.
Yeah.
So that was good. So the next one is God's powers work most clearly through the areas of your weakness. So what that means is when you're weak in areas, if you allow his power and allow him to use you, he'll show exactly how strong you are in your weakness of something that you thought, oh wow, I did do this. I didn't think I could do it. Doesn't that sound familiar with some of your schoolwork where you just be like, oh, I looked at this and this was so hard.
Yeah.
But that is it's kind of a form of weakness because you've never seen it before and you're just like intimidated, or you're just like, oh, I'm never gonna get it. You might be, I'm not gonna say because I'm not at school with you, but it could very well be like, oh, I don't want to fall behind. I don't want, and that's where you pull out that measuring stick, huh? That we talked about a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, oh, I'm never gonna get it. Oh, I'm a shy back. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna raise my hand. I'm not gonna do that. But here's the thing. God can use you to be an example of other children or other classmates that are too shy to say something and probably feel the same way you do with something new, right?
Right.
Okay. Feeling inadequate is not a sign that you are disqualified. So feeling like you're not strong enough to do something or talented to do something, that doesn't disqualify you, especially in God's eyes. Okay? With God beside you, you already have everything that the moment requires. So he supplies everything as long as you keep him near and keep his word in you.
Yeah.
And continue to pray to him. Even if it's under your breath, okay, I'm taking this test. Lord, be with me. So, you ready for your journal?
Yeah.
All right. Remember, it is 2 questions. It's fine. No, it's fine. It's 2 questions. Part A, part B. Okay? Again, if you need me to explain something, we'll go ahead and explain it. So, the first question is, in what area of your life do you most often feel like you are not enough? And you don't have to share it, just write it down.
Okay.
You know me, I don't, these are your thoughts, okay?
I'm thinking.
And let me read the other part. Where does that feeling come from? And what is it based on truth? And is it based on truth? So the first part of the question, in what area of your life do you most feel like you're not enough? Where does that come from? And is it based on truth?
Wait, what is based, like, is it based, what does that mean?
Based on truth? So, based on truth. So, let's see. Let's use me and my fitness. So, it says, in what area in your life do you most often feel like you're not enough? So for me, it could possibly be not in shape. Let's just do that. So, where does that feeling come from? Well, I mean, no, you're fine. Where does that feeling come from? Why am I feeling like that? Well, because I'm measuring myself against something that was not meant for me. And then it says, is it coming from, or is it based off of truth? It's not based off of truth, because my health journey and my fitness journey is completely different from somebody else's health and fitness journey. So it's technically, is it based in truth? No, it's not based in truth. So whatever your situation is it based on truth? You got it? Mm-hmm. Okay, you ready for question 2?
Almost.
Okay. All right. So the next question is, think of one thing you have been holding back from doing because you did not feel ready or capable enough. Oh, I can think of one for myself.
Wait, could you say the question?
Absolutely. Think of one thing that you've been holding back. So holding back is, yep, I'm not gonna do this. Sure, I want to do this, but I don't think I'm ready, because you didn't feel ready or equipped enough. Equipped or capable enough. Capable enough is just having that feeling. You know how you want to do something, like with you learning how to crochet. You just don't feel like you're ready to present what you want to do, or how you want to present something to me, because I know you're going to make me something first. So, but you just don't feel adequate enough or capable enough, or you just don't feel ready. And you're just holding back on doing it. So, the next part of question 2 is, what would it look like to take one small step forward or towards it this week? What would that look like? You don't have to share, but what would that look like? I know for me, the one thing that I've been holding back on is recording myself. So, because I didn't feel like I was ready or capable enough, or somebody would tap in to what I'm doing. So, my one small step, I've been doing it. I just been recording myself. So, all right. So this week's your move. This week, a couple days, I don't know. We'll see how it works out far as what we got to do. So your move, your activity that you got to do for this week, you could start is as of today. It can start, like, you can go out. When we go out, you can do it. So this week, identify one task conversation, or situation you have been avoiding because you felt unqualified or unprepared. Take one small step toward it, not because you feel ready, but as an act of trust that God's strength is greater than your uncertainty. Afterwards, write it down and tell us what happened. So, you want me to read that again?
No, I got it.
You got it? Okay, I'm going to read it for the people that's on the Bible study again. So, this week, identify one task, conversation, or situation that you have been avoiding because you feel unqualified or unprepared. Take one small step towards it, not because you feel ready, but as an act of trust that God's strength is greater than your uncertainty. Afterwards, write it down and tell us what happened. All right. So we are going to end on prayer. Okay. So our prayer for today. Lord, I am tired of measuring myself against the standard of enough that I have. Lord, I am tired of measuring myself against a standard of enough that I could never seem to reach. Today, I choose to stop relying on my own strength and start trusting yours. When I am weak, you are strong. When I feel unqualified, you are more than significant. Help me move forward, not because I have it all together, but because you are with me. That is enough. Amen.
Amen.
All right, so we wrapped up with week 4. Week 4 is You Are Enough. So you guys have been amazing. Thank you, Mo, for participating. And I will see you guys back next week. Talk to you later. Peace.